everybody. My name is Maria Isabel, and I'll talk about YFYI. I feel like a couple of us are like, okay, it's a beautiful Saturday, so that's great. So YFYI, okay, so YFYI stands for Youth Funding Youth Ideas. Our goal is, to get money, make change. And here's a little history. So Wi-Fi started in 2003, and we basically receive our money from taxpayer dollars from the Children's Fund. So we receive 3% of the property taxes, and they go to serving children and youth and their families. And we've funded over 300 youth-led projects and 2.5 million in total. Over 70 youth have worked to develop YFYI, shape the culture of the program. Oh, give me a second. Okay. So we work with opportunity youth from different backgrounds, ages 14 to 24, from undeserved or marginalized areas of San Francisco. So we employ folks who are either like in foster care or are undocumented, or have dealt with any challenges in their life, and we provide like professional development, training, and employment. And then we allow young people to use their life experiences to create change. So youth who work with us um, also get like case management and career coaching, and we want to best support their needs. And I'm gonna get into like how we use their experiences to like change um, their communities. So we call ourselves a youth-led and social justice philanthropy program. So philanthropy basically means like giving out grants and giving out money. And the youth-led part and social justice, normally you see like philanthropy where like people are doing like auctions or like big fancy parties, to donate money. Um, but for this, youth get to actually like bring their experiences and be able to use that to kind of decide like where the money should go. That's how we connect the social justice and the youth led part. And let's say if you know that folks don't have access to housing, and there's a project applying for like maybe like a campaign to get more access to low income housing, then that would be something that the youth might be interested in funding. So there's two other programs like us in San Francisco, YEF and Bling, and we give out 10,000 max per project each year. We give out a total of 100,000. We have two cycles, one in October and April, but this year we only had one because of COVID. And we are community funders, and we also host an annual PYM conference, which is Power Youth Movement Conference, that is also youth led. And last time we had a youth caravan. So I'm gonna just go over it. Yeah. Okay. So how to apply. So we do have two cycles, and you can apply on our website, or you can get added to our newsletter and get like notifications as to, let's say, like when the application is out. And this is our website. Let me just go on here. And the main thing that people do would not qualify to go on into the second round would be, let's say, if they have an incompleted application. So I'm gonna just quickly go over it. So you want to put the contact information, and a lot of other applications, like in the future, like if you apply to grants or stuff like that, scholarships, can ask for similar things. Yeah. So an adult ally is somebody who supports you, who is 18 and over, and they just kind of like a bit of a mentor, kind of help you navigate some of the difficult systems that you might deal with, like let's say like with budgeting, stuff like that. but overall, the youth are the ones who are in charge of the project and who get to follow through with any big decisions. Okay? And then what you would also need is a fiscal sponsor. A fiscal sponsor is somebody who just like an organization or a nonprofit that sponsors you. And this could be like, let's say, a school, a high school. It can also be like a nonprofit, a church, things like that. And the demographic information. So we just want to know like what communities you're targeting, also what communities you represent. So we ask for like the age range, gender, ethnic background, breakdown. And then here's some other questions, like let's say what communities do you pertain to? Like let's say LGBTQ, people with disabilities, and stuff like that. Um, and we want to know like the average income and what neighborhoods are you targeting. So YFYI focuses in San Francisco. So yeah, so we would want to focus on giving back the money to those communities. And then these are categories. So your project has to qualify under one of these. So it would be like economic empowerment, policy advocacy, research, health and wellness, education for liberation, healthcare, youth rights, activism and culture, and media and technology. So we funded other folks who, let's say, like want to create a garden, a community garden. We funded folks of that nature, also who have had like workshops on self-care, folks who do want to who do work in policy, like let's say um, we had a group of youth who wanted to focus on like voter registration. So they did that. We've had scholarships for undocumented youth. Let's see, and a lot of like homeless advocacy, like providing like PPE or feminine products to the unhoused women in San Francisco. And yeah, so those are some of the examples of things that we funded. And then you want to put a brief description of like why you fit into that category. And these are some of the questions for the summary. So like what is the issue you're addressing? What solution are you creating? What is your project important? Providing data, support your proposal, telling encourage, So yeah. And then we also would want to know like how engaged you are with the community. So how much of how is that interaction going? Um, how sustainable your project is and how youth led it is. Those are like the three things that we like make sure that it has. And then we would ask for a timeline. So 6 month, 6 month, 9 months, or 12, and a budget sheet. So we just want to know like how you would spend the money. And at the end of this, um, let's say if you do get one of the grants, then we would just like check in with you once a month to see how everything's going and if you need any support. And we have supported folks in like getting like a fiscal sponsor if they need one, stuff like that. And you can like email us application back or drop it off at our office. Are there any questions? Concerns? There's not. Yeah, if you do, feel free to put them in the chat or just save them.
Yeah, I guess I can ask a question. It'll be different than last time. So yeah, what do you think is the most rewarding part of your work at YFYI?
Yeah, so the most rewarding part would be just building community, a lot of community. I feel like since we do offer like employment, a lot of other jobs, um, you normally don't get the amount of support that we offer. Like let's say like the career coaching and the case management. Um, yeah, that has really been rewarding. And I started there as like a youth, and now like I run one of the programs, and I also work at like the Mission Hub, the Latino Task Force Hub. Like I've gotten so many connections and I've gotten support with so many things. Like yeah, like that has been the rewarding part, like being able to give that support back for sure. And yeah, just some people, to a lot of people actually, shock has given them like a sense of family. And so yeah, so YFYI like helps with that, like building community, um, yeah, building community and a lot of professional development. Like how are you supposed to act in a professional setting? Um, what are ways you can manage like difficult conflicts? All that training is very important and can be used like anywhere else. So that for sure. Thank you for the question. You guys have any plans for the weekend?
I mean, feel free to type in your chat the plans for your plans for the weekend. I'm mostly gonna get some rest, get caught up because it's my spring break and I'm going back to school next week.
Yeah, I feel that. My nephew and my niece are coming, so I'm gonna see them soon. Have some little family time. Yes.
I guess while we're waiting for people to get back, um, maybe do you want to tell us about like what was one of your favorite projects that you funded besides TeenTechSF?
Yeah, I really do admire you guys. Like that is an amazing project. Um, Another one would be there's this project called the Peace Club, and it is for like newcomers at the Mission High School. And so it's like it's just like a club of newcomers. And I know that a lot of times if you do come from a different country, you don't really have any either no family or not that much support. So I feel there's a very good like strong need for that. So yeah, that's good. Thank you for the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Okay, thank you so much to Isabel, and thank you so much to the rest of the panelists who held their own breakout rooms. I'd like to turn it over to another TeenTechSF leadership member so we can go into the skill building workshops.
Wait, really quick,
Hi.
yeah, I just want to
Yeah.
jump in and just give a huge
Sorry.
thank you again to like our panelists. Yeah, before we transition into the workshops. But yeah, just huge thanks for all the panelists for coming on a Saturday morning and to speaking to our participants. I know they're all extremely excited to like have that opportunity to network, to hear from you and your company or your organization and to get involved. So we really, really appreciate it here at TeenTSF. And um, feel free to like drop any like emails or like contact information or programs that participants can sign up to in the chat, and we'll make sure to also email all our participants with those resources as well. So just a huge thank you to you all again.